Hi! If you click on this video, it's because you want to improve your Spanish pronunciation. So that's why I'm here. As a Spanish teacher, I'm gonna give you the best advice I know in order to make you sound more natural in Spanish. So keep watching, enjoy this video, and let's jump right in. Okay, this is my first one. Be conscious of your vowel sounds. Did you know that there are more vowel sounds in English than in Spanish? Well, for example, when you have this and this, you know the difference clearly. But as a non-native English speaker, I always forget that. I'm not saying that English is more complex or difficult than Spanish. Is this about adapting your brain to use or not use those extra vowel sounds that you got? And in Spanish, there's only 5 vowel sounds. A as in father, E as in said, I as in see, O as in open, U as in loose. Okay? Before you speak, you try to remember this and say it. A as in father, E as in said, I as in see, O as in open, U as in loose. Okay? And then you can practice reading some words. Let's look at them. A as in father, A, manzana, manzana, manzana. E as in said, entretener, entretener. I as in sí, imprimir, imprimir. O as in open, odontólogo, odontólogo. U as in luz, luz. That's it. Okay, now you're gonna listen to a friend. He is Pedrito. He's gonna read something in English for you. Then you will realize how important are vowel sounds. Let's listen to him.
¿Qué pedo, carnales? No sé qué hago aquí, pero pues aquí ando. Yo soy Pedrito para servirle a Dios y a usted. ¿Ustedes creen que este baboso quiere que hable inglés? Que no manche. Si apenas hablo el español. Está canijo. Pero bueno, el hambre está canija también. Y tengo que comer. A ver, pásalas, güey. A ver, güey. Esta es I'm very good and you. Ah, ¿verdad? Sí puedo, cabrón. A ver, la siguiente. Ah, esta es Yewerly. Ah, ¿no? Yewerly. No, güey. No manches. Está difícil. No, está difícil. Ya, me rindo, me rindo. Adiós. Me voy.
No worries, Pedrito. I'm gonna try to. Jewelry. That's very difficult for us. No worries. We are just learning paso a paso, step by step. Okay? No te preocupes. No worries. Okay, this is my second one. Pronounce diphthongs correctly. What are diphthongs? Diphthongs are combinations of vowels. For example, U and A. Now it's wa, as in was. For example, agua, au, as in out, like autor. Ie, as in yell, yell. pie, foot, outdoor, and water. You can see here those words have diphthongs. But there are more combinations. How can you remember all of them? There's a little trick here. In Spanish, there are strong vowels and weak vowels. Now you know how to identify them. You know, strong vowels are a, e, o. And weak vowels are I and U. This one, bailar. You can see here, this is a diphthong. There's a and I, but a is stronger, it's longer. Bailar. Bailar is at the end the English I. Bailar, that's to dance. Or silencio. Silencio. Yo as in yoke. E is a weak vowel and O is a strong one. So, yo. Silencio. And that one is good luck. And both words have the same diphthong, which is we as in went. Buena suerte. Buena suerte. We, buena, suerte. That's it. There are exceptions. When you see an accent point like this, then it's not a diphthong. You have to pronounce it as in this case, I as in C. Cafetería, cafetería. Okay, another tip that I'd like to give you is that some consonants in Spanish are not as explosive as in English. And for example, when you are saying tomato, we don't say tomato, right? We use say tomate, tomate, tomate. So you can see it's not t, it's te, tomate. Also, when you are saying tacos, you need to be careful. It's not tacos, it's just tacos. And there are some consonants that they are the same. They sound the same. For example, Z sounds the same as S, and V sounds the same as B. They sound the same. There's no difference in Spanish. Well, actually, there are some places where they modify a little bit the Z, but in general, it's the same. For example, here, this word, how would you read this? How would you read this word? Yeah, it's not vaso, right? It's just vaso. It's like with an S. And vaso is an organ. It's called a spleen, and it's part of your immune system. But when you are saying vaso with a different spelling, it's just a cup or a glass. That's vaso. And both, you pronounce them the same. Vaso, vaso. That's it. It's the same. There's no difference. Another tip that I would like to give you is accent points are important. Really, really important. When we are talking about conjugations, there's a slight difference in the pronunciation. Um, if you are saying I dance, that's bailo. But if you want to say she danced, he danced, it danced in the past, that's bailó. That's bailó. That's different, right? And remember that in Spanish, sometimes or many times, we don't say the subject. So, but there's a difference with the conjugation. When you see the accent point, you can see it here, right? That's the accent point. So that's the stressed syllable. I dance, bailo. She dance, bailó. Bailo, bailo, bailó, right? And another one here is if you are saying I danced well, that's bailé bien. Bailé bien. Accent point, stress syllable here, vowel. But when you are saying baile bien, it's like you're giving a command, right? Dance well, baile bien. So, what? ¿Me estás diciendo qué hacer y qué no? ¿Y qué no? Are you telling me what to do? Baile bien, baile bien. So, what can you do in this case? You know, in this situation that it's difficult to remember all of them. Well, there are rules that you can follow and you can memorize the endings of the conjugations. And this is a rule for simple present and simple past for verbs that ends with AR and they are regular. Let's practice with one verb, lograr. Lograr is achieve. Yo sé que tú puedes lograr tus metas. I know that you can achieve your goals. Lograr. And every part is for different subjects. I, you, she, he, it, we, and they. Let's practice. Yo, logro, logras, logra, logramos, logran. In the past. Logré, lograste, logró, logramos, lograron. Okay? Then memorize that and you can do it. You can memorize it and just keep it on mind that the stress vowel makes the difference. Okay, this is my last one. Identify the stressed syllable. That's very important if you want to sound more natural. If you don't use the stressed syllables, then you might sound like a robot. So you need to be careful with that. And I have a little trick you can use so then you can identify the stressed syllable. My trick is this one. If the word ends with a vowel or the letter S or N, the stress is going to be on the second to last one. Okay? For example, here I got some words. Ventana, grande, comprendemos, and perros. As you can see here, those words ends in a vowel or the letter S. Okay? The other one is if a word ends with a consonant except for N and S, then it's going to be in the last one. The stress naturally it's going to be in the last syllable. Reloj, comer, fenomenal, compartir. You see, all of them ends in a consonant. J, R, L, R. Right? Okay. But you know, there are always exceptions. But when there are exceptions, there's gonna be an accent point. Let's look at this example. Manzana, mañana, semana, parada. Oh, an exception. Oh no. Well, there's an accent point right there. We need to respect the accent point. Sábado, sábado. Okay? It's not sábado. Sábado. It's not sábado, right? Sábado. Manzana, mañana, semana, parada, sábado. Okay? Now you say it. Great. Next one. Ventilador, generador, refrigerador. Oh no, there's an exception there, but there's an accent point. Cóndor. Esto, this is cóndor. Cóndor. Ventilador, generador, refrigerador, cóndor. Okay, now you say it. It's your turn. Excellent job. Okay. Well, we finished this video. I'm glad that you see it all. And see you next time. Nos vemos la próxima vez. Adiós.